This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I'll just repeat it again. So what you're seeing here is an Excel application. It's a very simple application. You just type your symbol here, and next to that you type either an buy or a sell, and your entry price. And this LTP is actually generated from your trading terminal, the Nest terminal what we use. So in the morning we had an gap up open of more than 100 points, and after that the market actually came down, and gap up open we did not pick any calls, and when we get this fresh calls that is we have got a sell call in Nifty with an entry price of 10,586. Now the LTP is 10,566. So this is in profit. So roughly around 20 rupees, 20 points profit. The same thing it's with Bank Nifty and Adani puts. So whenever you have a sell call, your symbol will turn into red, and whenever you have a buy call, your symbol background will turn into green. And whenever your LTP is in green, it means those particular scripts are in profits. And whenever it is in red, it means that that is under loss. So here, what has actually happened is Nifty, Bank Nifty, Adani Ports. Adani Ports actually, I'll just pick the chart for you. It already made its profit. And here you see the sell call. It already made its profit here at 325. So, so roughly around 3 rupees profit in Adani Ports. And let me come to Axis Bank. So Axis Bank, we had a sell call at 585. Now it is trading at 567. So you can so now you can just calculate the profits roughly around uh, uh, roughly around 25 or 30 odd rupees in Axis Bank, and you multiply it with your lot size, you will get your profits. That is 1200 is a lot size, so you'll get your profits. And the other thing is there are some calls which will give you both buy and sell. Like in case of Lupin, I'll just you can just see that Lupin, there is a buy generated at 903, that is a fresh call, but earlier we had a sell call at 889. So let me pick the chart of Lupin. So you can see that I have a sell call here. I made a small profit here at 883, roughly around 6 rupees there. And now I have a buy call. Uh, I made around 3 rupees here, and my target is 916. Likewise, we have other calls also. Bajaj Auto, Finserv, Finance, and one interesting trade today was India Bulls Finance. You can just check the chart here. The total trade was around 50,000 rupees here. So my entry price for India Bulls Housing Finance, which was a sell call, is at 884. That was my entry, and it made a target of this is S1. That is your first target level. So you keep trailing your stop loss, and my next target is 7,774. I always book my profits slightly above the support line or the resistance line. So here my target is 785. So that has reached. So I exit the trade. So that has given you around 99 rupees. So let's say roughly around 100 rupees. And your lot size for India Bulls Housing Finance is 500. So that gives you roughly around 50,000 rupees on this particular only one trade. So likewise, you can just check. I'll just scan through the other charts also. You can see Bank Nifty, which is a sell call, which is in profit again, the sell call. Adani Ports, it has already given you a profit. Asian Paint, it's already triggered. 1259 was the entry price for that. It is at 1260, and the target could be around 1253 for Asian Paint. Axis has already made its target. So you can keep trailing the stop loss till it reaches this particular level, that is 557. It can go anywhere till 557. And Bajaj Auto, you can see our entry price was 2,603. Now it is at 2,570. And we have Bajaj Finserv. We have an sell call here again at 5,578, and now it is at 5,490. And we have Bajaj Finance. Our entry was 2,287. Now it is at 2,207. Bharti Airtel is slightly in loss. We had an sell call there, which did not, I mean, it did make, but we could not have executed this particular trade. Again, we have a buy call here, so we can enter into a buy call here again. I'm not taking that risk because there is a strong support and resistance here for Bharti Airtel, so I just let it go. And BPCL is another very good trade what we had. We entered BPCL at 298, and now it is trading at 289. And Coal India, we have a call in Cipla, that is a buy call. The buy is at 643. Now it is at 642 minus 1 rupee. We have Coal India, where our entry was a buy call at 278.40. Now it is at, now it has already made its profit at 283. And Dr. Reddy, we had a fresh call, sell call, that is at 2547, which has not triggered yet. So we can still wait on that. As soon as it triggers, you can enter into that particular trade. And we have Eicher Motors, which has already made a very good profit. Our entry was 22,800. Now it is at 22,425. So roughly around 375 points. GAIL, again, you can see that we had a buy call in the morning at 359, and it made a target of 352, sorry, 362, 362, 363. And once you exit that, you have a sell call again. The sell is at 349. That is below this point, 349. Once it breaks that support, it can go anywhere up to 342. Likewise, we have a sell call in Grasim, which got generated at 1040, which is again in profit. The entry price was 902, that is here 902, and now it is at 897. And HCL Tech, we have a buy call. Our entry for the buy call was 10,015, that is somewhere here, and now it is trading. It is already made 10,035. So roughly around 20 rupees on HCL Tech. HCL Tech, HDFC Bank and HDFC. It has been sort of very flattish today. So you can just see that it was a gap up open, and then it went down, and then it's tracing back, and then but on a long-term basis, it's still a buy call. So once it breaks this resistance, we can expect a target of 1778. The same thing with HDFC Bank. Our entry was here, buy at 2012, and it made a minor profit of around 3 rupees. And but if you see the long-term chart, it's still a buy, so we can still hold it. Hero Motoko, again, we had a buy call at 2901, and it made 2980. And now it has retraced. We might get a sell call again in Hero Motors again. So we can enter Hero Motor sell again. So you make double trades on a single script, that is a buy and a sell. And Hindalco also happened the same way. We had a sell call in the morning. Our sell for Hindalco was 228. It made 224, roughly around 4 rupees. Now we have a buy call. So I was just mentioning about Hero Moto. So we have that sell call now. So what I do is I place my trade at 2848. I will sell it. So what I do, I have a Hero Moto sell. So I just type 2848. So as soon as it reaches that, I'll just remove this. As soon as it reaches that, it will turn into red, and then you can start entering into that particular trade. So I was talking about Hindalco. So I have a buy call. I had a sell call that made 4 rupees profit. I have a buy call again. My buy call I will enter at 229.50. That is above this S1 level, because I have two strong resistances here. Other than that, we have Hind Petro, 211.60 was our entry, but it's come down. But we'll wait on that because it's taking a support at 209. So we can wait on that. Hindustan Lever, our entry was a buy call at 1546. It has already given 10 rupees. And I have already showed you India Bulls Housing Finance, easily made 50,000 rupees today. And ICICI Bank, this particular call did not get triggered because it was an, it got triggered at 323, and it went up to 326. That is 3 rupees profit, and now I have a sell call at 321. So what I can do is I can just enter sell for ICICI at 321. So IndusInd, I did not have any calls today. 1618 is my entry for IndusInd Bank. That is a sell call. It will get triggered because it's at 1619, and the private banks are in red. The private banks are in red, down by around 0.3%. Infratel, I had a sell call. It gave a very good profit. 264.90 was my entry, and it made a low of 262.50. So you always book your profit slightly above the S1 level. So as soon as you enter into a particular trade, you'll have to just let me know at what price you have entered. I can tell you the stop loss and the target for the particular script instead of giving for all the scripts. So that way it becomes easier also. And in INFI, I have a buy call at 7:13. I'll just show you the chart. It went up to 7:15, not much of a profit. IOC is a sell call. I have that's slightly under loss, 10 paise loss here. You can see it on the last column, IOC. I put ICOM Motors, Infratel, IOC, NTPC, ONGC, and Power Grid separately because they're much lesser volumes in this. So when until unless there is a sure short call, we don't enter into this particular trades. So that's the reason why we have it separately. We have ITC. It made very good profits. I'll show you. So ITC, our entry was 285. It made a 290. So around 5 rupees profit in that. Kotak Bank is 1180 was our entry. It did make its target at 1185. That's around a small profit of 5 rupees. L&T is a sell call at around 122. So we can still expect a downward trend here. We can look for a target of 1214 here. And Lupin, a buy call has got generated. Sorry, Lupin, I already showed you both the buy and the sell calls. So M&M is a sell call. Yesterday it was a very good buy call, and today it's a sell call at 765. Now it is at 760. So roughly around 5 rupees. That is 5,000 rupees profit on M&M, and we can still keep trailing the stop loss for M&M. So Maruti, a sell call at 7129. Now it is at 6935. I'll just pick the chart for you. So this is Maruti. The call got generated at 10:30. So it really doesn't mean that when a market opens at around 1 or 1.5% upside, you don't enter into all the buy calls. That's very rare. That very rarely happens. So what you do is wait for some time. You can just see most of the calls got generated at around 10:30. So usually there is a trend reversal at 10:30 for most of the calls. So you can see the timeline here, Maruti, 10:30. I will pick some more calls. So you can see Hind Petro, it's at 10:30. Power Grid is another call which is in good profits. That is Reliance. SBI is a sell call which got generated at 11:40. Our entry price was 266.70. It's now at 265.60. So roughly around rupee there. And Sun Pharma has been very flat. 606 was the entry buy call. So we did not exit that. It's at 602. It went up to 605 also. So we did not exit that because there is a strong support. Maybe it might bounce back. Otherwise, we can exit after it breaks that support. And we have Tata Motors. The entry was at 950, a sell call. The entry price was 184.20. Now it is at 182.90. And we have Tata Steel, which is continuing its yesterday's trend of sell. Our entry price was 571. It is now at 564. So it has already made its profit. So you can exit that particular trade. And TCS has been playing either way. I'll just show you that. So it was on gap up open. We have a sell call. It made a very small profit. Our entry was 1948 for TCS. It made around 4 rupees. 1944 was the low, around 4 rupees. Titan is another call which Tech Mahindra is another call which made profit. And it has come down. It has come down after it's making its targets. And I'll show you about Titan. Titan, we have a sell call. You can see the timing here. It's around 10:10. We have a sell call. It made a low of around 795. Our entry for Titan was 820. Titan, our entry for a sell call was 798. 798. And Ultratech, we did not pick that call. This call did not get executed either way on the sell side or the buy side, because the sell price was 3733. So if it breaches that, then it'll get triggered. Or the buy call anyway did not get triggered because so I have some fresh calls. Let me just okay, there's some real fresh calls. Let me just enter those prices. So whenever there are new calls, you just change the prices and then wait. As soon as it strikes, okay, I'll just get back to the Excel sheet to feed in the fresh calls that got generated now. So I have a call in ONGC, a sell call. ONGC actually a sell call. It's still continuing. The reason why it's again a sell call is I have two charts. That is, one is the short-term chart which has 10 minutes and a long-term chart which is 30 minutes. So in the short-term chart at 162.80, it already triggered and it is in profit. Now I have a call on the long-term chart, that is a 30-minute chart. That gives me a confirmation that it's a very strong sell. So it can go. I'll just pick the chart for you. So we can expect a target of 159 for ONGC now. So what I do is when I get a confirmation on the long-term trend, I can add one more lot and then trade again. And I have a call in L&T. The same thing with L&T. L&T is already in profit. I have a sell call on the long-term chart. And IOC, I have, it's the same thing with IOC also. It's already in profit, but on the long-term trend, I have again have a sell call. And I have a call in HDFC Bank. Okay, I have a call in HDFC Bank. The entry price for HDFC Bank is 1997. So what I do is I just type sell here. Sell is already there, 1993. I'll change it to 1997. So another 3 or 4 rupees down, your HDFC Bank will get triggered, and then you can start entering into that trade. And I have a call in Adani Ports, which is already in profit. So roughly around 6 rupees profit into 2500. So you can just calculate that profit. HDFC is the same thing. Uh, I have a sell call in HDFC now. So my entry price for HDFC is 1749. So what I do is I have here 1749, that is what I type here, and I will remove this because there's no point in having this particular trade now, the buy call, because already a fresh calls are generated there. I have a call in ITC, which is a buy call. It's already is in profit. So on a long-term scale also, sorry, I have a sell call in ITC now. My sell is at 285. So what I do is I type sell here and enter my price 285. So once it gets triggered, another 95 paise, once it gets triggered, I will get into that sell. I've already made profit in the buy side. That is 5 rupees profit, 5 rupees profit on the buy side. So I'm getting a second call on ITC. And I have a call in Reliance. I think it's a sell call. Let me just check the chart. So I have a sell call on Reliance. My sell price is 1152. So I type sell 1152. I have already made profit on the buy side, Reliance. You can see that Reliance, the Reliance high was 1182. So my entry here is 1166. So that has already made profit. Now I have a sell call. So in case once it gets triggered, I make profit even there also. And I have the few more calls. Bank Nifty, I have a sell call, which is a confirmation of the short-term trend. The long-term trend is again a short. So I can add one more lot here. And I have the same thing with Nifty and Hero Moto. Hero Moto, I think I have a sell call. I already have typed that, the sell at 2848. So these are some of the trades that we have. And Z, you can see that Z has already made a low of, it's still continuing, the trade is still continuing. You can look for a target of 459. The media pack is down by 1.25%. So there is a possibility that it can go to 459. But we have already made profit on that, 3 rupees profit on Z on the sell side. Yes Bank was a very good call. 245 was the entry, and it went down till 229. So you can just calculate the profits that way. And there are some calls which did not get triggered. Infratel, we had a very good profit. IOC, we have a profit. Power Grid is in profit. ONGC is in profit. On the sell side, I'm just showing on the sell side, the buy did not get triggered. So this is how we trade. So you have, it's very simple. The data is real-time data that is fed into your Excel sheet. So as soon as what you'll be doing is, I'll be sending you this Excel file. It's called, I'll send you the Excel file with the entry prices, the buy and sell calls. And early in the morning, what you do, I'll just close it once and open it again. I'll just close it. I just say yes. Now I'll just open again. Sorry. So this is my file. It's called as entry prices. I'll click on that, and there is something called as macros, security warning. Macros have been disabled. There is something called as an option button. I click on that. I just say enable this content and enable it and just say OK, and then click on auto refresh on and off. So I get all the live prices. As soon as I get the live prices and the conditions are met, you will get the red and the green and the buy and the sell calls. That is how you trade. It's very simple. And as soon as you enter into a particular trade, you chat with me. You just tell me, I have entered Nifty at 10,586. So what will be my target and stop loss? So my stop loss for Nifty at the entry point then would have been 10,628, and my target is almost done at 10,517 or 520. It's all. So this is that will be my entry. That will be my final profit. So that is how we trade. It's very simple. So in case if you are interested, you can just type your email ID in the chat box, and maybe you can have another couple of sessions. Today it was a huge gap up open. So I mean, some trades went this way and that way, and the multiple trades. But on quiet days, I'll just have a fresh call. It's Ultratech Cement. I have a sell in Ultratech. That is 3739 is my entry. 3739. I just enter sell. So as soon as it reaches there, I will enter into that trade. Once it triggers, I will enter into that trade. So it's very simple. So what you will be getting is the basic things like how the Asian markets have opened, or how the US markets, US and European markets have closed. What is the price of crude? What is the dollar index? And what is the bond yield returns? And apart from that, how the rupee has opened. And you'll be getting the options, I mean highly traded stocks on that particular day, because usually scripts that are high on volumes on a particular day usually continue for 2 or 3 or 5 days. So there that is another strategy that you can use very well. You can trade very well. And other than that, you have the bullish scripts, the bearish scripts, and the possibly bullish and possibly bearish scripts. You'll get all this data before the market opens. So as soon as you just have a glance of all these things, and then open the Excel application and your Nest Trader, and then start trading. It's as simple as that. So if overall, if you just have a look at today's trades, I mean, if you would have entered all the trades, India Bulls itself was around 50,000. The rest of them would have been more than 50,000. So a lakh of rupees, more than a lakh of rupees is what you could have made on a particular day when the market was so volatile. I mean, 130 points up, 113 points up, and again down, and other 150 points down. So in this kind of volatile market also, there is a possibility of making very good profits. That is what I wanted to convey. So in case if you have any doubts, or if you want to know more about this particular application, you can call me on 973 94 11133. That's my mobile. That is my mobile numbers, and this is my mail ID. So you can just contact me for more information on this particular application. So as of now, we are doing only NIFTY50 scripts, and later we'll be even doing the non-NIFTY50 scripts also, and even options and MCX, options and MCX also. So that is the strategy. As of now, we are just doing only NIFTY50. Once we get used to it, then we can get into the rest of the scripts in the futures segment, and the options and the commodities. So that is the strategy what we have. So if you have any queries, you just give me a call, or you can just mail me, or else you can just type your email ID. You can see what is that, what is the information that you get before the market hours, because we do all the analysis before the market hours, and we send it to the client. So you can have a look at it, and you can have an idea of how the market is going to play for that particular day, and you can be ready. And then you can join us on a GoToMeeting. This will be on from the market hours, all the market hours from morning till the close of the day. So any queries and any new trades we'll be typing, so you can just follow that and then just keep trading. So you don't have to do any analysis and nothing. You'll have to just place your trades in a terminal. That's the end of it. So if you have any queries, you can just type your email ID. I will send you the files from day after tomorrow. Maybe you can attend another 2 or 3 sessions. Once you are confident, then you can go and subscribe. Thank you. You can just have a look at it. I'll just shut down the audio for time being. So you can just have a look at